Hello, it's Jenny here from Jenny Wren Designs. I've just come back after a lovely morning walk and I'm so inspired to bring you this next project. Today we're going to look at how to make this beautiful, natural looking bird's nest. This is the sort of craft that's wonderful to do with children. On a walk, you'll see things lying on the floor, twigs, cones, some dried grasses, ivies, whatever you need to make and bring back and create a bird's nest. Now I've just unloaded my bag and found that I've brought half the insect population in from when I gathered the moss. So it might be an idea to shake everything out before you come inside. Maybe even give the moss or the grass or whatever a good wash. But yeah, otherwise you're going to have creepy crawlies running in your home and I'm sure you don't want that. So the basic tools you're going to need for this project are some scissors, some cardboard for the base, and your glue gun. And obviously the materials that you gathered, twigs and grass. And all the other embellishments are something that you can add later. So let's get started. The first technique I'm going to be using is one that's going to work with the spring wreath. I'm going to use the weaving technique because I'm going to be popping it on the base of this lovely spring wreath here. You need to work out how big you want it, so that's not a very big one. So I just twist the willow to a circle shape and then I just put my hand through the circle and I put the rest of the stem through and weave it around the circle. Equally here, just push it through and twist it through. Don't have to worry about these pieces here. They can be cut off or they can be woven in a little bit later. Then you can get another piece and do exactly the same thing. Just move slightly further down the circle and do exactly the same. And just twist it over and through. And if it comes to this little bit here, you can just pop it through. Doesn't have to be perfect. And if you've cut things fairly recently, they'll be nice and pliable so you can just bend them to shape. Right, you can get some. I picked this stem up here. Hopefully it's still pliable enough. You can use anything. It doesn't have to be willow, doesn't have to be ivy. As long as the stem is quite pliable, I would say even almost elasticized, you can use it. So I'm just keeping on building it up. If you get a very long piece here, you can sort of pop it down the middle and weave one way and weave the other way. So that's all you're doing. You're just continually winding it around the circle. And then when you come to the end, just pop it through a gap. Now I've got this big piece here, sort of pre-bend it. Doesn't matter if it snaps, shouldn't do anyway if you've only just picked it. And again, just keep on binding it through. So it's really very organic process. The thicker it is, the more intact it's going to get. The more you build it, the more secure it's going to be. You can see that's getting really nice and thick now, very similar to that. You want to cut the base, you can just pop your nest on and just get a guesstimate on how big it needs to be. Cut the square and then just take the corners off. Fashion it into some sort of circle. Yep, should be fine. Then just again glue around the edges and stick on. Press it firmly. Glue on the cardboard. And there's another lovely little bird's nest. Now if you want to cover the cardboard at the back, this one won't matter because obviously it's going on the wreath. But if you did want to cover it, you could always moss some moss on the back or put some sticks on. If we wanted to build this nest up and we wanted to create a little bit more of a wild look, we could use some twigs that we could either push through the gaps or glue on. Here is the finished bird's nest. I just glue gunned a few little eggs in it, and I think you can agree with me that it looks very sweet. I just want to draw your attention to the back. If your greenery is quite wet, it's not going to stick. So I poked a few holes in the cardboard and just wired it to the back. You can use cable ties too if you want to. I'm very happy with the way that it's turned out. I also managed to make another little bird's nest using the grass that you saw in the tutorial earlier. I simply twisted it into a long length and wound it around into a circle. I used a base of cardboard and I glue gunned the little eggs in. And again, it's a very effective, cute little nest. Thank you for watching. I'm going to add a few pictures to give you some ideas and inspire you to make different birds' nests. So get out there, get foraging and get making.